So, I know today is October 1st, 2022, and to celebrate the 30th anniversary of Cartoon Network, I always know Cartoon Network has always confused us since 1992. But for many years, Cartoon Network has always had its ups and downs. Like, throughout its first 15 years to its next 15 years of its downfall, I just couldn't get enough of watching Cartoon Network. Although, I'm more of a Nickelodeon kind of guy, and sometimes Disney Channel can confuse me as well, because we don't have Disney Channel in our country. I know it's sad that this one's going to be a fan favourite called Total Drama. I know I've been watching this show for like so long, so I'm not going to waste any damn time and show how the production began. Well, what it all started back in 2003 is that, around early 2003, what it all began in the spring of 2003, when Clone High came to an end, the creators behind Total Drama, let me just find the creators behind Total Drama. The creators behind Total Drama, Jennifer Perst and Tom McGillis, were involved in creating this animated series. And it was first conceived in 2003. Throughout this concept, the idea involving around teenagers going on a camp that was used as a front for a reality show was kind of interesting. Well, according to its early prototype, it was originally called Camp TV. And the designs of these characters look a lot very different to what I saw. The designs look very different, but by the way, it's so like how it all started. And I'm guessing it was leaked around 2006, according to YouTube. And this idea was convinced that it began production around 2004. But what was the development of this idea began? Well, the inspiration for the work of Total Drama is that the plot is simple. A group of teenagers compete in an elimination-style competition akin to Survivor, in that the contestants compete in the challenges both as teams and individually for awards and immunity from elimination. But when they merge roughly halfway through the competition, the contestants develop relationships with each other, but they are progressively eliminated from the game itself. And there will be only 2 contestants left, where they will compete in a final challenge where the winner will win a cash prize. But I know the inaugural idea is very simple. I know the plot is reminiscent of why it gained a cult following, so I'm going to review every single, character. As I noticed that every character I noticed there's something that felt off about the way I see it on TV. Well, the way I see the characters, according to Word of God, I always believe they always get eliminated. And the animation does take inspiration from Clone High. There's like a total of 88 characters involved. Like, the contestants of this entire show are like simple. Well, the plot, the first season, involves around the first season's cast of characters are a ruthlessly backstabbing alphabet, a card-carrying juvenile delinquent, a perfectionist competition freak go-getter girl, a big fat gashole, and creepy student British beauty, a wimpy mama's boy built like a brick house, a dim-witted party animal, an iron-butt monkey guitarist, a granola girl who's more coordinated on water than the land, an over-the-top sassy black woman, a perky cock who wants to be the only sane woman, an axe-crazy clown cookie ladder, a diversely, hopelessly, dweebly Casanova wannabe, and a geek well-versed but in unique skills despite his awkward personality. The snarkiest would be like being like the sneakiest and by far pessimistic teenager, and a clumsy dumb jock, a homely geek who isn't good with people, a handsome supermodel who is ridiculously cool, a butch jerk jock, a hair-triggered temper. The two heterosexual life partners who met each other, a hopelessly clueless homeschool kid. But season 3 adds a loony fan and a Latin learner to the mix, despite his ridiculously suave attitude. But the second generation involves around a creepy child implied to have supernaturally psychic powers, a hamster who apologizes a lot, a kid with split personalities, a military cadet who's a big softie at heart, a hillbilly with quite backstabbing disorder, a church jock so stupid he can't identify others as genders, a super genius who never talks, a genius bubble boy, an overweight gaming geek, a Joycey stereotype obsessed with heads breakdown, a compulsive liar who never sucks up, a tomboy who treats everyone around her like expandable fodder, and the most massive attention war who has ever started reality TV. But the third generation involves around a guy who talks in wacky sound effects, a lapper who's convinced is an actual wizard, a whiny neat freak who thinks he's the only sane man, a song-obsessed teenage girl in her princess phase. Wait a minute! The phase what now? Where did I got this from? What did I remember? Did I remember this scene that I forgot to mention about why I saw this for both She-Ra and Kipo? Oh, come on. Speaking of this, I'm not going to talk about my coma, by the way. A farm boy who hopefully falls in love with every girl he lays his eyes on, a gentle giant Australian stereotype, a crazy survivalist obsessed with zombies, an obese pageant queen with a white trash upbringing, a self-declared evil genius who manages to be an intelligent villain, a bookworm whose polite facade hides a psychotic personality, a spy reality TV whose personal hero is the sociopath that he loves, who always runs the show. The twin cheerleaders who do nothing but bicker with each other, a passionate sports girl so focused with winning the competition that she's willing to throw away the boy who liked her without second thought. And I'm guessing the host of the show is basically just a sadistic mastermind who cares about milking the show for maximum ratings and drama for his money, and a drill sergeant nasty scary black lad who cooks crappy food with sole purpose of making everyone's lives as miserable as possible. Wow. This sounds like a cool idea for a show. But I know it sounds very ridiculous of how I saw, but the way I see this show that's been 15 years since it debuted in 2007, it's quite enjoyable for me to watch on YouTube. But on the other hand, it did gain spin-offs like The Redonkulous Race, which ran for like one season, 26 episodes. I did remember watching this on YouTube as well. I still watch it to this day, and I had no problems with it, and yeah, that's really all I can learn about. But speaking about my problems with the bad qualities, that some moments can get really dramatic. Like, I know, you can see the best friends, the mother and daughter, the sisters, the goths, the reality TV pros. I know there were a few returning characters. There's like a varsity twins, daters, ice dancers, surfer dudes, father and son, police cadets, stepbros, fashion bloggers, rockers, virgins, geniuses, larpers, and tennis rivals. And in Total Drama Rama, it is a spin-off to Total Drama itself. And that's good. It felt like an intra-franchise crossover that I know it concluded on July 22nd, 2022, and it ended Total Drama's 15-year run as a TV series. I know it puts them on an outtake continuity, and that one character was 16 named Judy. They all got aged down to 4-year-olds and they lived in a daycare center. Although, unlike Redonkulous Race, which is about Don hosting the contestants and go on a world tour like they did in season 3, they realize their long-suffering teacher has switched up the spoof of reality in favor of wacky adventures around the daycare, and they come up with their zany schemes within their tiny bodies, like dream sequences, cutaways, visual jokes, confessionals, and flashbacks. There's plenty of mayhem, but it sounds like a cool idea. What I've learned is, I know there was supposed to be getting like a brand new ToeJam reboot in development, but after the HBO Max purge, it's unknown what happened to it, and I discovered, I know Nirvana and Fresh TV are a lot in common. They're both based in Toronto, and they made lots of cartoons apart from ToeJam. But, in my final words, I ran out of ideas because all I can say is it's been fun to watch it. You know, I gotta say my final words. Bye-bye.